Hello and welcome back. We are on phase 2 of Survivor All-Stars here on Strategic Gaming. My name is Mac Taylor. We have a lot to talk about here, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get into it because, oh boy, there's a lot going on here in this phase, I think, before we get into phase 3. So basically, Richard Hatch was just voted out, and it was basically up to Kathy. Kathy was the one who swung the axe in Hatch instead of Colby because she wanted to get the winner out and the person who she thought she couldn't trust more. And that's probably true. Colby is definitely more trustworthy than Richard Hatch. That is for certain. And then on the Chapira tribe, Tom and Rupert kind of bonding, being kind of the older guys. And Sue's being Sue, okay? Like, that whole thing with Hatch happened at the immunity challenge where he was naked, like Richard Hatch is a lot. And she says he like rubbed up against her, but he says that it wasn't like an accident, it wasn't like on purpose. But either way, there was some touching, accidentally or not, happening. It wasn't really sexually devious on Rich's part because he is gay, but whether or not he was doing it to psych her out or something, I don't know. I wasn't there, and I also really you can't tell too much by the camera. But Sue's kind of off on her own. She's having an emotional breakdown about, hoping Rich is gone and about what her husband's going to think and things like that. Boston Rob, he's feeling like he's kind of put himself in a situation in which he can win the game. And he really has set himself up quite nicely with Amber and Tom and Alicia. Like, he has a lot of alliances set up here. Everyone is curious, like, is Rich gone or is Colby gone, or like who's getting booted? Ethan gone? Like, who got booted? And then we get Jerry, who won't shut up about food again. This is 2 seasons, Jerry. You haven't shut up about your damn food. And just a keynote: stop talking about food. Everyone's starving. That just pisses people off. And, Ethan, he's like, hey, maybe I'll go out, be able to catch some fish now that Rich is gone. And then Lex goes out and starts catching fish. And Ethan's like, God damn it! Ethan's on, just cannot catch a break. Poor guy. He is targeted because he's a winner. And it's trying to catch fish. It seems like everyone else can catch fish but him. And he's always in the bottom of wherever tribe he goes to. Ethan has had a rough time here in Survivor All-Stars. Rob and Amber, they're trying to kind of pull in Jenna and Rupert and kind of use them heading into the merge. Like, yeah, we'll have those two as like an add-on bonus for our alliance so we can really run the table. And Jerry, on Mogo's side, really wants Lex to work with her. And is kind of starting to kind of plant things in Lex's ear. And Sue, because of the Rich situation, is kind of alienating herself from Chapira. And then when they go to the challenge, Sue quits. She says, I feel humiliated, I feel disrespected, and Jeff, I can't continue with this game. I'm over Survivor. And so she quits. And it is really sad. Because Sue in Borneo was one of my favorite, if not my favorite person in Borneo. I thought she was wonderful television, and she was a really strong competitor. And even before the Rich stuff in this game, it seemed like she really wasn't there. She just really checked out of it. She was just kind of going through the motions. And I really wonder why she even signed up to do this, because she doesn't seem like she wants it. And she really doesn't care about this anymore. So why even be here? It was really odd. And then the rich stuff happens. And also, like I said, I cannot make any judgments because I wasn't there. And, no one should ever feel humiliated or taken advantage of in any way, shape, or form. I do genuinely feel bad for her. But Rich is gone. And I had kind of hoped she had continued forward. And I kind of hoped she even tried to play this game, but she didn't. Her heart wasn't there, and so she left. And it is one of the moments that really dampens this season. It's genuinely uncomfortable, and it's just all over bad. And I was very sad that the Sue Hawk in All-Stars was a shell of what we got in Borneo. But nevertheless, they vote whether or not they'll play the reward challenge or not. Jenna Lewis, the only one who didn't want to. Everybody else does. And so they decide, all right, reward continues. And we got like the flip into the basket. Like you got to step on a catapult and flip stuff into a basket. This was in Africa. I believe Lex won this. And so Mogo, true to form, Ethan and Lex here, winning a reward, which is like kebabs, which is awesome. I haven't had kebabs in a long time, so that just looked and sounded fantastic. And everyone really does have mixed feelings about Sue and what happened. Everyone is shocked or just like, well, hey, her heart wasn't in it. And then we basically get a final 6 being made between Boston Rob, Amber, Rupert, Jenna, Alicia, and Tom. Pretty much the whole Chipira tribe. And Chipira is a tribe that generally does like to have fun, except for Alicia. And from what I hear, Alicia is a genuinely fun person outside of Survivor, but for some reason when she hits Survivor, she's just a grumpy person. And Jerry is a nagger. We saw this in Australia when she was talking about Elizabeth, trying to talk her through making the rice. And she does the same thing, kind of nagging people around Mogo, and Sheehan and Kathy are so over it. They're so done with Jerry. And she's really not really working that much. Jerry is kind of just become this menace to Mogo. So we get the puzzle retrieval and assembly, and you gotta do the boat race and everything. It's a long immunity. And so Chipira ends up winning, and they get to save one person. They get to give immunity to a Mogo member, and they choose Kathy. And I think that's kind of from Boston Rob being I owe Kathy one, I like Kathy. And Ethan really does feel responsible for losing the challenge, and really hopes that it doesn't bite him heading into the vote tonight. And Kathy, being with Chipira, she joins them. She is immune. She won't even be a part of the Mogo tribal. And she really does feel at home with Chipira. Her and Rob are friends, and she really does genuinely enjoy that tribe more. And then Ethan sees Jerry as an opening, to be well, let's just vote Jerry out. We all hate Jerry, and she didn't win, but can we just vote her out? And Colby hates Jerry and Sheehan because he thinks they both are really detriments to them. So Colby is totally up for voting out Jerry. And Lex goes to Jerry and is hey, wouldn't you rather flip on Colby? And she's like, yeah, I would love, as long as I make it farther in this game than Colby, that is good enough for me. I just need to beat Colby in this game. And so they go to Sheehan, and Sheehan, kind of the flip here, the swing vote. She doesn't really know she wants to turn on Colby. Colby is strong. He's good in challenges. He's loyal. Why would you want to take him out over Jerry, who's not loyal and kind of sucks? Like, and that's a genuine thing to feel weird about. And especially when, you got another vote, like one more vote at least till the merge happens. You should probably keep Colby around because he is very good at challenges. But nevertheless, 3-2, Colby gone. Blindsided here. 12th place, went from 2 to 12. And I was genuinely sad to see Colby go because I do like Colby as a Survivor player. I think he's really good. He's not the best strategy, but he is a really good character. And, he was really just taken out here because he was, Lex turned on him because he's afraid that he was going to go on the Colby Donaldson win streak from Australia. And, fear will cause people to do a lot of things in Survivor. So Kathy comes back and sees that, Colby got voted out. And she's like, the hell did that happen? Why did we vote out Colby? We like Colby. And Ethan's like, I don't know. I finally got somebody to want to work with me on something, and he got voted out immediately. I'm back on my own now. He's like, I think we should have taken out Jerry. She's like, yes, Jerry would have been a good opportunity. And so everybody has to send a representative. Chapira sends Jenna, and Mogo sends Kathy. And it is an item theft reward. Like, you got to do, steal items. And it's like a log roll challenge. And Kathy's trying to use this to, network in the other tribe. Chapira ends up winning a reward. And Rob and Amber are kind of officially a couple now. It's definitely moved on past flirting. And Rob busts everybody's balls, but he's busting Rupert's, and it's not the best. Again, just like we talked about with Sean and Burton, don't razz a guy who can rip a tree down with his bare hands. That generally which should send fear into your heart. We get the blowgun, spear, sling immunity here. Chapira wins immunity, continues their streak. And Lex and Jerry, who have now become an evil conglomerate, they want to vote out Ethan. And even though Lex and Ethan, he's like, hey, me and Ethan are buddies, we're pals we're the Brand boys. I'm going to try to take him out here. And Lex even goes up to him and says, hey, sorry, it's a game, but you're a winner and you got to go next. I'm so sorry, but I got to slit your throat here. And Ethan's upset, and clearly he should be. Hey, dude, we were supposed to be bros from Africa, and why are you choosing Jerry over me? Why Jerry? This doesn't make any sense. And Lex really has become full villain here. He really just took it up to full villain. And Kathy and Ethan, they would rather just take out Jerry. But Kathy is talking to Shan, and Shan's like, hey, we should probably just vote Ethan out. He's a winner. And this is why I say that Sheehan's kind of an overrated player, because that's a terrible move. Just take out Jerry. And then again, Ethan's in such a bad spot in this game. He's going to get taken out, but at least he's stronger in challenges than Jerry. And then so the vote comes out 4-1. Ethan Zahn, the winner of Survivor Africa, out here in 11th place. But really, for the road that he's had, he got a lot farther than he should have. Because he was on Saboga, and the only other winner gets taken out of Saboga, and he's supposed to be next. But then the whole Rudy thing happened, and he got really lucky, and Rudy got voted out. And then Jenna quit, and then he got further that way. And then Shapiro lost and voted Rob out, so he wasn't a part of that, so he got by there. And then, it just happens to be on a tribe with Richard Hatch, who they want out more. And so he's able to slide by then, and then they take out who they think's a bigger threat in Colby and Sue quitting. So, he just had all this sling of luck, I think. He had such a long, hard road, and the fact that he got to where he did, good job, Ethan. I really do think he proved here that he's an even better player than we saw in Africa. Because in Africa, things just only went his way. He had to do a little bit of strategy. For the most part, he just was able to ride the Brand Boys alliance out all the way to the end, and then won because he was a better player than Kim. He's had to be sociable. Whereas here, he had to fight tooth and nail just to get here. So, again, I really have much respect for Ethan Zahn. In the next episode, Rupert and Tom are the workers in Shapira, and they're a little annoyed that some other people don't really do as much work. But Big Tom, he's like, hey, Rupert, why don't you let me go out there and try to see if I can catch some fish? Well, Rupert, let me go out there and try to get some fish. And he goes out there, he gets a fish. He's happy. They're celebrating. Meanwhile, on Mogo Mogo, Jerry's still super annoying to everybody. And I think Kathy kind of regretting not voting Jerry out. And so we get, the body paint and the cross-tribe chats. And what they think is going to be a merge is a tribe swap. And this is just so crazy. Shapira ends up being Lex, Jerry, Sheehan, and Kathy from Mogo Mogo, and Amber from Shapira. While Mogo Mogo ends up being Tom, Rob, Rupert, Alicia, and Jenna from Shapira. So Amber's the only one who really swapped, and everybody just kind of swapped beaches. And they're, the people from Shapira that are now in Mogo Mogo are like, oh man, really gonna miss that shelter that Rob built. And Rob's like, oh, I don't really care about the shelter, but they got Amber. They took my Amber. Rob not happy, but he does. But they get the past season question immunity. Mogo Mogo wins, and so the Mogo Mogo Shapira conglomerate is sent to tribal, and Rob says, "Hey, take care of her." And Lex says, "Yeah, I promise, I'll take care of her." And Jeff's like, "Hey, no talking, get out of here." And Rob is super worried, hoping that Lex does not take out Amber here. And Kathy's like, "Hey, we have an easy vote tonight, guys. We're just gonna vote out Amber. She's obviously with them. We take her out. That's a number. We'll have numbers tied up. I think. We'll at least be okay. If we take her out, it'll still be 5-4 going into the merge, but that's better than a 6-3. And Amber's like, "Hey, can we just vote out Jerry? That would be really great if you guys could just vote out Jerry." And Lex is like, "I think we should keep Amber." And I think this is huge. I'll talk about this in a second, but and Kathy's like, "Well, we'll just make a deal with Rob. Rob will definitely uphold his deal when we get over to the merge." Lie. And Lex tells Jerry, "Hey, sorry, you're next." And why does Lex keep telling people they're going home? Stop telling people they're going home. It A, makes them super pissed off, and B, you're giving the vote an opportunity to flip. It doesn't happen here, but you were giving the vote an opportunity to flip. Just stop telling people. Just vote. Just quit telling people they're going home. So 4-1, Jerry gets voted out. And I think this is the biggest mistake in All-Stars. And Lex's biggest mistake ever. Because this is a simple vote. If you get someone from the other tribe, and you just get to basically just pick them off right before the merge, do it! It's so easy, it's so simple, and especially you're going to handicap Rob because this is his ride or die. And instead, you let your personal feelings get in the way, and you made probably one of the worst decisions in Survivor history. It's bad. It's so bad. Like, Jerry is useless, and you should have voted her out instead of Colby or Ethan. Yeah, that's given. But now is not the time to vote her out, because you should vote out Amber. She won't even be on the jury, too. You can keep her off of the jury, and that means if Rob does make it to the end, he doesn't have Amber's vote. There's so many reasons to not vote out Jerry and vote out Amber instead, and they just don't care. They got to do the trust. And then so we get to the next episode here, and Boston Rob is just very distraught about, I hope Amber comes back. I really would like to see her. I miss her. I love sharing this experience with her. And Rob decides to take this time to make an alliance with Alicia. So now he has an alliance with, if you count the Kathy and Lex deal, with almost everyone in the game minus Sheehan. That's pretty crazy. So you have to dive in. The reward is you have to dive and get these pots. And get this crate. There's a lot of swimming for a resort trip. And basically it comes down to Alicia and Rupert. Rupert wins. Going to take Amber and Jenna on this reward. And Amber worries about, do we have to uphold that deal that Rob made? Have we made so many alliances that it's going to bite us in the ass? And then we get merge. It is the official merge at 9. They're all jury members now, too. And they're going to live at Saboga Beach. So they have to basically rebuild. They don't get either of the nice beaches that they already have. And they call themselves Chaboga Mogo, which is fun to say. Chaboga Mogo. Lex is assuring Rob, hey, we're good. We made the deal, right? Amber's still here. I shouldn't go home next, right? Rob's like, oh yeah, totally. You're not going home next. And Amber wants Jenna to go home. She's like, let's just find out Jenna. We never really made a super big deal with Jenna. And Rob's like, no, we target Lex. She's like, but you just made that deal with Lex to keep me here. And he's like, that's the point. We're lying. And Amber, she's worried about, man, this could really bite us if we make the wrong move. So we get a breath holding and ladder. It's like the Pearl Islands underwater lap challenge, but with untying stuff. And there's gonna be 2 people with immunity. And it comes down to Kathy and Amber and Lex and Rob. Very ironic. And Kathy and Rob are going to win immunity here. And Kathy and Lex, they're worried. They're like, is he going to uphold his end of the deal? Lex like, well, he should. He totally, made that deal. He promised me that he never promised. And Rob basically tells Lex, hey, sorry, man, you screwed. And Lex is like, I can't believe he's turning against me. I can't believe he lied. I kept Amber in the game for you. And he's like, you shouldn't have done that. I want him to trust me, but he shouldn't. And Kathy, she wants to save Lex, but ultimately it does not happen. 7-2, Lex voted out. First member of the jury here. And he is pissed off, and we'll get to that a little later. So that ends phase 2 here of Survivor All-Stars. Stay tuned next time, where we're going to be talking about Phase 3, from going to 8 to the Final 4. I'm Mac Taylor. See you guys next time.